Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna be talking about how to draw hair. And for this one, it is going to be easy. And I'll just put it into steps for you guys. So you can follow along if you are a beginner, or you can do it all in just a single step. So without any further ado, let's get started. But wait, before we start, we have to address some things that will help us to draw a beautiful looking hair and also in a correct way. So, to start, you need at first to know how to draw a head. And since this one is about hair, so I won't be explaining how to do so. But you can check my previous videos on how to draw a head. I'll leave the link down below in the description, or you can hit the eye icon on the right upper corner. So, this is the first thing to mention. The second thing to mention also is that the head is chopped from both sides, so it is not a fully circle, and that will help us not to make the mass of the hair from the side as big as the top of it. Third thing to mention, and what most of us may don't know, is that the top of the head is not flat as shown in the figure. You can see that it's kinda going up like an egg, and that is why when we draw hair from the front view, we tend to make the top of the head small, thinking that it is the correct way. But there is a slope from the front to the top of the head, as you can see on that profile view, and that will help us when we draw in the hair from the profile view by following that slope and not making the hair straight. And also, you need to be aware of the placement of the hairline. You can also check the videos down below, or to summarize it, the average person has an equal distances between hairline, brow line, nose line, and chin line. It is a general rule, but in those examples, since it is kinda stylized, so it won't always be the case. Also, take care of the shape of the hair itself when the hair is too short, so you can detect the parts that has no hair. And finally, to make things even easier, you can sometimes consider the head as a cylinder or a sheet of paper as shown here, like following the perspective. The cylinder, if it is tilted up, then the lower oval will be shown, and that means the cylinder is going away of the camera, so the curves follow. And if it is tilted down, that means that the head looking down, so that means the upper oval will be shown, and that means the cylinder is coming towards the camera, and also the curves follow along. In some cases, it doesn't follow these rules regarding the haircut. So I'll demonstrate first on a simple shape, which is a bangs and a fallen piece of hair. And that will lead us to the first step, starting with the big shapes. And there is no right or wrong, you just gotta have some references to help, or if you are creative enough to create a unique shape of hair while following the rules I have mentioned earlier. So, I'm starting with drawing a circle and a center line, determining the brow line, and as you can see, it is curved down, so that means the head is kinda looking down, so the curve of the bangs will follow. And also keep in mind, if the head is tilting right, then the fallen hair mass on the left will be higher than the fallen mass of the right side, and vice versa, because it follows perspective. So now it does look cool, but how about making the design even cooler? What I do is erasing some lines and creating some triangular shapes, and also some unique shapes with different sizes, so it won't be repetitive and boring. Now it looks even cooler. But how about some more? So adding some negative spaces will make it even better. When you fill the whole shape with color and erasing those parts to create a negative space, It will make the silhouette of the shapes looks awesome. Now for the cherry on top, you can add some flying strands of hair. Whatever makes it extra cool. Just don't overdo it. Just flowy strands like S curves or C curves. And you can also use some straight lines to have like different kinds of lines. For the last part, you can do it or not. It is your choice, since you can add it while coloring. But I like adding some darker, thick lines and some dark areas between hair masses, like the overlapping ones, which it is the ambient occlusion parts that light won't hit. And here is the final result. And again, you can actually wrap all of those steps on only one step if you can. So in summary, step 1, starting with the big shape. Step 2, add in some triangles or curves or whatever unique shapes you like. Step 3, add in some negative spaces. Step 4, add in flowy strands using various line shapes like S curves or C curves or straight lines. And finally, add in some thick lines and dark parts. That is optional in this stage. So now let's work on a head. So the first example we have here is the frontal view. Now, as you can see, I started with a big shape, a combination between straight and curved lines. Also, something to mention that I use a reference. You can draw the hair on a different layer so you can control the size of it or the changes you will make. Now, I'll be deleting the area of the head that will be covered by the hair. Now it is time to delete some parts of the hair so you can add those unique shapes within the hair contour, so you can make the design even cooler. Now add in some negative spaces. Then some flowy strands. And lastly, the dark parts. And here is the final result. There is some other examples for you guys, so start now and practice drawing hair. It is kinda fun, since you get to choose some creative decisions to make. And I hope you enjoyed this one, and thanks a lot for watching.